So check this out. Elon Musk is having yet another temper tantrum. He's going nuclear, except this time he's not taking it out on federal workers or the Democrats even. He's taking it out on the Republican Party. Maybe this divorce that we've been anticipating between Musk and Trump and the Republican Party is finally here. It's happening, and it seems to have taken place in the last 24 hours. And the Republicans certainly don't want you to know about this. They don't want you to talk about it. And that's exactly why we're talking about it right now. So let me just show you examples of what is taking place in the last 24 hours, and it all starts here. At the top, the post says, given the disastrous GOP bill, the only chance the US has is explosive GDP growth. He's talking about the big, beautiful bill that Donald Trump is trying to pass. If that doesn't happen in the next 2 to 3 years, we are cooked. Please pass term limits in Congress. So he's essentially saying that this GOP bill that they're trying to pass is disastrous for the economy. It adds trillions of dollars to the debt. It cuts funding for programs that people rely on. It's a whole mess. The next person in the thread says, I wonder if this is why Elon has somewhat moved away from politics in order to accelerate GDP growth with humanoid robots. If he believes this is the only solution, then this would be his most logical choice. Now, first and foremost, I do want to say it appears that the Elon Musk cult is alive and well. They think he's like the real life Tony Stark, the real life Iron Man, and that he's creating these humanoid robots and only he can save the GDP and save the economy in the United States. But besides that, what Elon Musk says in response is the most fascinating part of it. He responds with an emoji of a bullseye, indicating that both of these people are right. That number one, the economy is so bad, and Donald Trump is making it worse by this bill. And number two, the economy is bad enough for Elon Musk to think that he needs to get back into the private sector and really focus there to boost GDP growth because of what the Republicans are doing. That's a pretty scathing response from Elon Musk. You know, previously, he would have responded with this long-winded defense of the Trump administration and Donald Trump himself. Now he's actually agreeing with people who are calling Trump's signature bill a disaster, saying it's hurting the economy, and that's part of the reason why he's no longer really in the federal government. Here's the next example I want to show you. This is not just some reply. This is a post that Elon Musk actually made on his Twitter account. He said, quote, I've come to the perhaps obvious conclusion that accelerating GDP growth is essential. Doge has and will do great work to postpone the day of bankruptcy of America, but the prolificacy of government means that only radical improvements in productivity can save our country. Interesting. So this comes off the back of this, again, GOP bill that adds trillions of dollars to the debt. And Elon Musk is saying, yeah, these Republicans are not actually interested in the debt as they always claim to be. They always say, oh, we're going to cut the debt. We're going to reduce spending. They never do. They just give tax cuts to the wealthy and then call it a day. But Elon Musk is now saying that, yeah, the Republicans are not cutting this funding. They're not cutting spending as they promised to do. We just have to increase GDP growth as a result. And again, this is happening while Trump is trying to pass his signature policy through Congress, which a bunch of different outside groups have said it adds trillions to the debt. Here's another example I want to show you. Another account says, I fully agree with this take. I think the appetite to cut spending in Congress was so much lower than he ever anticipated. Doge has done incredible work, but the GOP has failed to actually implement any of the cuts. I, for one, am incredibly disappointed. And Elon Musk says, yeah, sigh. Now, this is the most clear-cut yet call out of the Republican Party, I think. I mean, the person above Musk is putting the GOP in the tweet, in the post. They're saying like, yeah, the GOP doesn't want to implement any of these cuts. They're not interested in doing what Doge is doing, as they promised they were on the campaign trail. And Elon Musk says, yeah, sigh. So Elon Musk is by no means becoming a Democrat or going to the left, but he's certainly unhappy with a lot of these Republicans in Congress, a lot of the Republicans in the White House, and perhaps even Donald Trump himself, who has in recent months kind of thrown Elon Musk under the bus and hasn't been as supportive of Musk. When there's controversy surrounding cuts or firing federal workers, Donald Trump has this real habit of just kind of pushing it on Doge and Elon Musk and saying, well, you know, they know more about it than I do. You'd have to ask them. That kind of line of arguing that Donald Trump has done so often in connection to Doge. And this also comes after this scathing, and I mean scathing, Atlantic article of Elon Musk that was released recently called The Decline and Fall of Elon Musk. The Tesla innovator becomes the latest government employee to lose his job. And it's true. Elon Musk is now saying, hey, I'm not working in the federal government. I'm not doing any more political spending. And I thought that this paragraph in particular, these couple paragraphs, were really, really effective and really, really interesting. Here, we'll start here. 4 months after Musk's swashbuckling arrival, he is effectively moving on, shifting his attention back to his jobs as a leader of Tesla, SpaceX, and X, among his other companies. In a call last month with Wall Street analysts, Musk said he was planning to, quote, spend a day or two per week focusing on Doge issues, similar to how he manages each of his various companies. The next week, he seemed to suggest that he'd be slimming down his government portfolio even more, telling reporters that he expected to be in Washington every other week. Yesterday, though, he told the Qatar Economic Forum in a video interview that he no longer sees a reason to spend money on politics, though that could change in the future. I've done enough, he said. And that's in addition to him saying, I don't see any reason to do any political spending right now. I'm not doing any political spending. If I want to in the future, I will. But right now, I think I've done enough. I'm not doing it. He's no longer giving to the Trump operation, the Maga operation. He's no longer, according to him, and he's flipped many times on this before, he's not giving to these Maga candidates down ballot like he previously was. Obviously, he gave hundreds of millions of dollars to Donald Trump. And with Musk, he is a pathological liar. That could change at the drop of a hat. But right now, that's Musk's position. Now, what's interesting is they say, quote, he remains close with Trump, who still shows genuine affection for his billionaire benefactor, according to advisors and allies, but Musk's decision to focus elsewhere has been greeted as a relief by many federal leaders who have been busily undoing many of his cuts in their departments or making Doge-style changes on their own terms. Cabinet leaders who did not appreciate being treated like staff by the man boasting about feeding their fiefdom into a wood chipper have widely ignored some of his efforts, such as his February demand that all federal employees send weekly emails to their supervisors laying out their accomplishments in bullet points. So Trump, according to The Atlantic, is still somewhat affectionate of Elon Musk. He still has some love for him, which maybe or maybe you're not. But a lot of the people around Donald Trump, his advisors, his administration, cabinet staff, are loving his departure. They're saying it's great. We are so happy. We are so excited. This is the divorce I think we were all anticipating, where we knew that, putting two narcissistic billionaires like Elon Musk and Donald Trump in the same room and expecting them to work together is never really a positive thing. It was always a recipe for disaster, but it's here now. Musk is publicly, slamming Donald Trump's bill, the GOP bill, the big, beautiful bill that has all of these different cuts to these programs and adds all this money to the debt. He's on record saying that these Republicans don't want to do these cuts. And many of Donald Trump's administration officials are saying, yeah, we're excited that Elon Musk is leaving the federal government and they're undoing what Elon Musk did, which actually could be a positive, but we shall see. So anyway, I just wanted to show you Elon Musk's generational crash out that is happening right now. He's very angry, he's very frustrated, and he's making it known. He's not holding back here. So listen, I will leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel down below. It goes an incredibly long way. I really appreciate it. Also drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about this story. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.